Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumi Desalu-Vold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you're so very welcome indeed. I got a lot of requests for me to review Erika KIRKS' interview that she had, the first kind of sit-down interview that she has had since the passing of her husband, Charlie Kirk. So here we are, and I think that we should have a kind of sit through the interview while we go through what she has to say.
How did you find out Charlie had been shot?
Was at my mom's doctor's appointment. I have my phone and I see the video come in of him flinging out the hats. And I said, Mom, look, it started. So we saw the hats being flung. I put my phone down and it was on silent, so I had no reason to look back at it. I moved my mom. I went back to grab my phone, and that's when Mikey started calling me. Called me within seconds.
I called Erika. I just remember it rang like 3 or 4 times. I didn't know what to say. Those are the words that will change someone's life forever, and you have to be the one to say it. That was the first time I've ever called her during a campus tour stop.
And so Mikey called me, and I'll never forget him just being like, Charlie's been shot. He's been shot, get the kids. Get security, get the kids, he's been shot. I sprinted out of her treatment center. I just collapsed in the middle of the parking lot. Called our security. Yeah. Unbelievable nightmare.
There was a moment there where people thought Charlie would survive.
Mm-hmm. There were so many things going on at that one moment. It was so hard to actually know and hear what was going on because you're getting phone calls in and out, and hindsight, the way the bullet hit him, he died instantaneously.
He was pronounced dead.
He died on the scene. But I'm so glad he didn't suffer. Excuse me. I'm so glad he didn't suffer.
Erika KIRKS, sorry for your loss. I think I've said that in previous episodes, but really truly sorry for your loss. I know that there are conspiracy theories out there that are saying that perhaps, Charlie Kirk is not dead. I don't know. What I do see is a woman going through a lot of pain. I think that in a way it was very good that she had this sit-down interview because we were able for the first time to see her acting the way a woman would grieve about her husband that she has lost. This was a normal day where she was accompanying her mother to the hospital when this bomb just lands in the middle of your life. And I know that this might not be important, but she has very, very beautiful hair. Absolutely beautiful hair. And she's right. In many ways, you don't want your loved ones to suffer. You hope that in the terrible situation such as this, that it's quick. It's quick because you would rather them, go because of what's happened to them.
So he literally blinked and probably thought he was raptured and looked around and was like, where's everybody else? He blinked and he was with the Lord.
And you wanted to see Charlie immediately. Take us through that.
We landed in Utah, went straight to the hospital. When you walked in, everyone was just, it was a scene from just a horror movie. Everyone is so rattled to the core. Officers, law enforcement, hospital workers, our team, everyone's just shaken. And we get into the room. One of the law enforcement guys comes in. It's very sweet, but what do you say to someone whose husband just was assassinated so publicly? He said, I've been doing this for 30-some years. He said, I will never tell you that you cannot see your husband. He said, but I, in my professional opinion, think that you should wait to see him once he's at the mortuary. Because I don't think you want to see him like this. The room got quiet because half the room knew it's probably a good idea. And the other half of the room was like, there is no way she's listening to you right now. And I responded back to him and I said, with all due respect, sir, I said, I want to see what they did to my husband. And I want to give him a kiss because I didn't get to give him a kiss this morning.
A couple of things ran through my mind. I remember when Jackie Onassis was asked for her to change her dress, and she said, no, I want them to see what they did to my husband. For whatever reason, that came to my mind. I think that I would be the same way. I don't think I would want him to be cleaned up or anything. I want to see my husband right away. And so I think that's a normal reaction. You were not there. You didn't see your husband that morning. That's the regret. Because I think that for us as normal human beings, when we say goodbye, see you later, we don't know that the last time is the last time.
And I got to see him. And when we walked into that room, he still looks so alive. Because he just, and I'm just so glad I saw him, because you know this when you see someone pass at the mortuary. They never look the same when they're at the mortuary. They have this awful makeup and they're cold, and he was still warm and his eyes were slightly open. But it was so powerful, Jesse. He had this smirk on his face. It was so sweet. He had this smirk on his face where it meant three things to me. First, that he died doing what he loved. The second was that he was at peace. And I gave him a kiss. Gave him a kiss. And then before I left the room, which was one of the hardest moments of my life, was leaving him in that room. Excuse me. I looked at him and I thought to myself, that smirk to me is that look of, you thought you could stop what I've built. You thought that you could end this vision, this movement, this revival. You thought you could do that by murdering me. You got my body. You didn't get my soul.
When my uncle passed away, he passed away in Atlanta. Some of you know because I took you with me along the journey. This was in 2019. Needless to say, his body was brought back home. And this is my father's younger brother. And they were very, very close. And when his body was brought back, my father had a blanket and he put it over my uncle and said, he must be really cold. I think that when you love somebody as much as you do, there is a shock to the system. You don't necessarily accept that they are gone, in a sense. And for sure, when you physically see them, you feel as if there's a part of them that's still alive, because in our minds we have not been able to separate what has happened and what we have still held on to up to that point. So I identify very much with what Erika said about not wanting to leave him there, because it was as if he was still alive, that he would be alone there, that he would be cold there, that he would be dark there, that there was a sense of responsibility. I can't leave you here. And yet the spirit has left the body. It's only the body that's there, and yet we struggle to leave that body in our minds. And I saw that happen with my father. He covered him with the blanket, and the body was, my uncle had passed away, I think, the week before. And still, it was important to keep him warm.
They've caught your husband's killer?
So, something I'm so grateful for is that we have one of the most incredible teams for this case. I would never wish it upon anybody to have to go through what we are going through. To have seen the autopsy report, to have seen the different evidence portions that have been collected. I trust our team.
There's other theories swirling around about Charlie's assassination.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
When everything happened, my phone died. It became a black hole. I just didn't turn it on for weeks on end. I've intentionally insulated myself because I need to guard my heart, and I need to be there for my kids, and I need to be there for Turning Point. And what I've realized through all of this is that everyone grieves differently. Everyone is trying to figure out, and I don't blame them, how does this happen? How does somebody become so radicalized where they can justify this in their own head? We just lost one of the greatest voices of our generation. Why? How? What's behind it? Like, everyone's trying to process this. And I respect that. But where my heart is just asking for some grace is for the ones who were there that day. They have to relive that every single day. He didn't die in a car accident. He didn't die from cancer. He was assassinated. And the difference between this and previous assassinations in this country is there was no social media. There was no AI. I can't tell you how many fake images are out there of all of this. And again, my only request is that just please pray and consider and think about whatever you put online, because it's going to impact his kids in the future. I don't want my kids to go on the internet one day when they're older and see things that it's just, we're all trying to process this in their own way, and I appreciate that.
I'm happy I let her speak a little bit more before I responded. She said a whole bunch of nothing without saying anything, and that is in the direct question of what she was asked, that there are theories out there about your husband. And she went on to say, we think we have the best team. The best team meaning that the FBI are doing a wonderful job and they've got the right guy in custody who assassinated her husband. And it's also a direct response to Candace Owens, who has been the biggest voice out there. And I agree in this case that there is more to it than meets the eye. But I understand, because whoever did this terrible thing, she has to be frightened out of her wits, and she has to think of her children first. It no longer matters what the FBI is doing or what Candace is saying. The bottom line is that Charlie is not here, and I am on my own, and I am fighting a fight that I am not necessarily prepared for or equipped for. So I can't give an answer. I can't say anything because they're going to come after me and my children. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it as any other way. What was she going to say? What was she supposed to say? That I don't think that they've got the right killer? Upon reflection, Fumi, think about it. What was she going to say? There was nothing that she could say. She would have to keep mum and let everybody do their own work and be about her own business, despite the fact that she is now following Candace on Instagram, mind you. Yeah. So this, for me, I feel, in response to Candace Owens, she can't say anything. She's responding, but she's not responding because she cannot go down that rabbit hole, because you know what? All eyes are on me.
What's the hardest part of your day?
The night. Nighttime. Always. I'll tell him about my day. I talk to him all the time. But the nights are the hardest. Being in a bed by yourself. Rolling over, trying to... Goodnight kiss that's not there. It's... And anyone who's a widow knows what that means. How painful that is.
I feel for her. I do. I had said that in my previous episodes, that the children have gone to bed, security is outside the door, she's on her own. That's when the silence is going to be the loudest, because you're alone. I don't know what kind of relationship Charlie and Erika had, but I do know that if you have a very close relationship with anybody, where your daily life, career is interwoven, it's a huge loss. It's a huge loss, because Erika now has to find a way and learn to live without him. She has to make all of the decisions. She has to keep her home, children. She's alone. She's alone, and still talking to Charlie is very normal, asking him for advice, even laughing sometimes, can be very abnormal to most, but it's very normal to her because she is going through the emotions. I absolutely understand it, because when she came out last week to introduce J.D. Vance, I will still say it. It was inappropriate behavior. She was inappropriately dressed. And I give it to her that I don't think she's not going to be herself for a very long time. And she's going to need the support. She's going to need a PR team. She's going to need somebody who can show her how to dress, what to say, how to say, when to say. She's going to need all of the support, because she's out here in this jungle and she'll be eaten alive, because it is social media, because it's unfortunate what happened. It doesn't matter how badly we disagree, how badly Charlie said certain things or didn't say or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't think anybody's life should pay for it. I don't think so. I will stand by that. Let us agree to disagree. Let's not speak. Let's not this, that, whatever. But to lose his life for just because of what he said is wrong. We are not animals. And she has to live with this. And she has to live alone with this because she knew Charlie the most. No matter what Candace might say, she knew Charlie. Charlie married her. And is she part of the plot after watching this video? I don't know. I don't know, my loves. I don't think so. I think that this is a woman that's grieving. I think this is a woman that's lost. I think this is a woman that is very scared. And this is a woman who has been told to say certain things and is not altogether telling the truth. But I will give her that pass. Because I can't afford to lose my children. And I believe that if the children were not here, then it would be a completely different circumstance. That's all I have to say. It touched me, and that was the question that was asked. And I think it's because I had said it in a previous video. It's at night time. For me also, when all of the demons come, when all of the questions come, when all of the doubts come about what I'm doing, about my brand, am I doing the right thing, should I this, should I that, it always at night, when you're in your bed, and when Ula travels, I'm in the bed on my own, I always graze my hand over his side. I always do that. I don't know why, but I always do that. And, you know, his fragrance, his clothes and stuff like that. It's a constant reminder that he will be back very, very soon. And I just get out of the bedroom and I begin to do my day. So I empathize with her. Because I don't know why I thought about it. I don't even think she's packed his clothes out of the house. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, and she deserves justice for the loss of her husband and the father of her children. Do not forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you sooner than later. All of my love. We have what? Turning your bills into boarding passes. I have collabed, happily so, and you have seen her many times on the show, the none other, most glamorous, most fabulous passport abuser, also known as Shakima. We have a 3-day seminar. 3-day seminar for my beautiful sisters, and we are going to show you how you can flip your bills, your rent, your utility bills, your Uber. As you pay every dollar for an Uber, you get that dollar back. Wait for the punchline. This one I lived and loved. Not only for your fabulous trips, but also for your hotels. So that you have a complete what? Holiday trip for the family. Do you know what that means? That means that you got more money to spend. That means for my single mamas, you have more money to spend. You also have money now for a nanny. Even if it's for 3-4 days a week, you have a nanny because you don't have to spend on the holiday trips. Every time you buy your makeup, every time you buy your groceries, every time you pay a bill, every time you pay your rent, your utility bills, your Uber, you're buying tickets, you're buying vacations. As you very well know, I just came back from Mykonos and it was life-changing. It was what? It was life-changing. I came back stronger, badder, meaner, ready to go, energized. And I am just focused on my focus. I don't even know how to explain it. But I'm focused on what? I'm focused on my focus. My God, I am so excited. I am so excited, my darlings. We have officially launched the FDV website. And we have what? We've got products, we've got merch, we've got t-shirts, we've got tote bags. I am so excited. A lot of you said, Fumi, when are the t-shirts coming? And I want to tell you that I am terribly humbled. I had launched this exclusively at the meet and greet, and for the life of me, I did not know that we would sell out. I had no idea. So I had to put the money back into the business so that I could get some more t-shirts and tote bags for you. And I want to say what a journey this has been. The 2 t-shirts that I have, and I'm wearing one now with the v-neck, and I measured it so that it comes right down. Whether you're big busted, whether you're small busted, it will come right down to the center without opening with the bust. And darlings, I have what is delayed is not denied, because everything started much later in my life. I got married at 40. I had Adrian at 48. I started YouTube at 45. I started my business at 55. And so I want you guys to know that what is delayed is absolutely what is not denied. And so I made these for you in white as well as in black. It is tagless because I react to tags. We have t-shirts where you have no tags, and these go all the way from an extra large to an extra small. Some of you will be wondering, Fumi, what size are you wearing? I am wearing an extra small. We also have it in black for you, so let me show you. What is delayed is not denied. There you go. So whatever your preference, if you like white, if you like black, go right ahead. I love both. It is absolutely fabulous. Everybody, anybody can wear this, and just look at how it goes all the way down. I love it. So it covers your bottom for those of you that are conscious. You can also tuck it in halfway as well, make it loose, loungy with your jeans, and then you can roll it up. You can style it any which way that you like. I love it because you can also layer it underneath your suits, because it's getting colder now, and the quality is absolutely what? Absolutely fabulous. And for my ladies that are double X, you can get the extra large because it is that big. You're going to love them. Super soft. Put them in the wash. They don't shrink. They don't shift. They don't shed. I put a lot of work into this because it was really personal. And I wanted again to send a message that what is delayed is never denied. And that means that you're only prepping yourself for greatness. It will come to you with such greatness. The next t-shirt that I made was eating my salads and minding my business. I loved it. And that's how I got here, in essence. I ate my salads. I began to really have a healthier lifestyle. A healthier lifestyle, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Meaning that what no longer served me, I no longer wanted. I think that I just thought I can just bash myself around. I can abuse myself. I can ill-treat myself. You don't say beautiful things to yourself. But I would say it to everybody else. Oh girl, you're fabulous, gorgeous, this, that. I never said it to myself. And I began to realize that, Fumi, you know what? In the eating your salads is a representation of really taking a healthier stance to all of you, to everything of you. And salads are healthy, but you have the mental, you have the emotional. So I started speaking positively to myself. It was amazing. It really was amazing. I got more confident, and I really began to love myself. And in part was when I started to say, Fumi, wear your natural hair. You are beautiful. You say it to others, you don't say it to yourself. And when I started to say it to myself, I began to have more confidence. I also realized that, Fumi, you don't have to be in any negative spaces, negative anywhere, because what? I am healthier. Hence the eating my salads. The minding my business was amazing, because the more I minded my business, the more time I had to be productive with my life. Isn't that a trip? Oh my God. That is the real meaning of this. Mind my business So I really wasn't into the gossip. I really wasn't into unproductive conversation. I sat at a table and every girl, lady, woman, female at that table was a CEO. When I tell you, we talked about production, we talked about fulfillment centers, we talked about where you can get better fabrics from Prague, from Portugal, from Bangladesh, from this, from that. I was rejuvenated, and I realized that for me, when you stay away from stuff that does not serve you and is not productive to you, you truly mind your business. And I became a better mom. I became a better wife. I spent more time with the family. I enjoyed Adrian right across the board. That is a representation, because you are weeding out what no longer serves you mentally, emotionally, physically. Eating my salads and minding my business. They also come in an extra small, and it goes all the way to an extra large, and it's a bigger, loungier size. That's another thing, because I have been different sizes on this channel. Bigger busted, smaller busted. I've been curvy. I've been a limousine girl, and I loved every stage of me. I did. I really did. And that was why I said I'm going to make it a loose fit. Why? Because if you're a curvy girl, it will suit you. If you're a slimmer girl, it will suit you. If you're an athletic girl, it will suit you. It's no longer what you look like. Truly, it's how you feel. And my limousine girls and my curvy girls, do you know, at that stage was one of my happiest times of my life, because it was when I gave birth to Adrian. This body created life when I was told so many times that it couldn't. And that was how I really realized, it became so clear to me that, woman, you're amazing. Men can wear it too, my darling boys. I will come out with a crew neck, but I thought, let me come out with a V-neck so that you can put all of your jewelry. That's another thing. You can put all of your jewelry, you can put all of your necklaces. It's just enough for it to show. It is just enough. When I tell you, this took so long, and it's plain in front, and you got the message in the back. You see, when you're walking away, clicking in your heels, that's the message. I lived for it. So those are the t-shirts, my darlings. If they sell out, don't panic. Don't panic. I will order some more, okay? And then we have what? We have our tote bag. We have our tote bag with the thicker straps that you can carry with you, and you can take this to the gym. It's a sports bag. You can take it to the gym. You can take it to the supermarket. You can take it to work. It's got the logos on both ends. And I'm going to show you something also. You have a magnetic clip, so you can clip it in. It will hold in together. Also, when you pull it apart, you will have the label also in the bag, and then you've got a big purse right here to put all of your keys. But guess what? Multi-purpose, my darling. You can also fold this bag. So I'm going to show you as is. You just turn it in like so on both sides. There you go. You fold it. Guess what? You fold it into the opening pochette. And there you go. There you go. So you can have this as an extra shopping bag. You can have this as an extra bag when you're going anywhere, even on the airport, when you're traveling. It's so handy. So handy. It's a canvas bag. It is absolutely washable. It does not change. And we have it in pink. We have it in orange. We have it in sky blue, of which I live and love. Yes, and then we also have it in ice cream, because I love ice cream, and I also love yogurt. So baby girl, you are looking absolutely cute. I hope you enjoy these, my darlings. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for riding with me. This is just the beginning, because the bras are coming, the slips are coming, the panties are coming, the makeup, the skincare, the Afro hair care kit is coming. It's all coming, my darling. This is a black-owned brand, and I am self-funded. My financier is my wonderful husband. Thank you. Thank you, Ula. Thank you for the unconditional love and support. I could never do any of this without him. You're so generous, and God bless you. And God bless you too, my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I am so excited. The link is below, and I will be sharing how to wear the t-shirts, different styles, different suits for you. Thank you so very much. God bless. Bye-bye. Yay! We have launched. We have launched. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. I am so excited. I am what? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.